Should photographers show imperfection? For much of modern history, photography has been closely connected to beauty. Photographers search for flattering light, carefully chosen angles, perfect compositions, and increasingly, digital tools allow almost every detail to be modified. Skin can be smooth, scars can disappear, wrinkles can be softened, bodies can be reshaped, entire versions of reality can be created with a few clicks. The technology is impressive, but it raises an important question. Should photographers show imperfection, or should photography present an idealized version of reality? At first glance, the answer may seem simple. Many people enjoy beautiful images. Clients often want to look their best. Artists have always made creative choices about how subjects are represented. There is nothing inherently wrong with creating photographs that emphasize beauty. Yet the conversation becomes more complex when perfection becomes the expectation rather than the exception. For centuries, artists have grappled with the tension between realism and idealization. Ancient sculptures often portrayed idealized bodies. Renaissance painters frequently enhanced proportions and appearance. The desire to improve reality is not a modern invention. What is new, however, is the scale and speed at which images now circulate. Today, people encounter thousands of photographs every week. Many of these images have been carefully edited, often without viewers realizing it. As a result, highly polished representations of the human body can begin to feel normal, even when they are not. This creates a challenge. When viewers repeatedly encounter idealized images, their expectations may gradually change. Features that are entirely natural can begin to appear unusual. Scars, stretch marks, wrinkles, body asymmetry, signs of aging, the countless variations that make human beings unique. Ironically, what is normal may start to feel imperfect simply because it is less visible. Photography has tremendous influence in shaping visual culture. It affects how people see others. But perhaps more importantly, it affects how people see themselves. This places photographers in a unique position. Every image communicates something, not only about the subject, but about what is considered worthy of being shown. When photographers choose to include natural features rather than erase them, they make a statement. Not necessarily a political statement, not necessarily an artistic manifesto, but a statement that reality itself can be meaningful. That authenticity can have value. Some photographers intentionally embrace imperfection. They photograph aging faces, visible scars, unconventional body types, signs of lived experience. Their goal is not to reject beauty. Rather, they seek a broader definition of it, one that includes individuality and humanity, one that recognizes that real lives leave visible traces. Others argue that photography is art, not documentation. They believe photographers should be free to create any visual style they choose. If artists wish to idealize reality, that is part of artistic expression. This perspective also has merit. Photography has never been purely objective. Every image involves choices: what to include, what to exclude, how to light a subject, how to frame a scene. Absolute neutrality has never existed. Perhaps the most productive question is not whether photographers should show imperfection. Perhaps it is whether they should be conscious of the choices they make. Why is a particular feature being removed? Why is another being emphasized? What message does the final image communicate? Awareness matters, because photography is more than a technical process. It is a cultural force. It shapes perceptions of beauty, identity, and self-worth. The decision to remove a scar or leave it visible may seem small. Yet collectively, such decisions influence how society understands the human body. In the end, imperfection may be an imperfect word. Many of the features people call imperfections are simply evidence of life. Evidence of experience, evidence of individuality, the marks left behind by time, growth, and human existence. The next time you look at a photograph, consider what has been preserved and what may have been removed. Because photography is not only about what is shown, it is also about what is considered worth showing. And perhaps some of the most meaningful photographs are not the ones that hide every imperfection, but the ones that remind us that being human was never meant to look perfect.